Hello everyone, got 5 dirty jokes for you today. Once upon a time, 2 parents decided to take their curious son on a vacation to a rather unique destination, a nudist beach. As they arrived, the father couldn't resist the opportunity to explore the scenic coastline on a leisurely walk, while the excited son dashed towards the refreshing waves to play in the water. Amidst the joyous laughter and splashing sounds, the son suddenly spotted a group of ladies sunbathing nearby, each with a pair of melons that seemed to defy gravity. Bursting with childlike innocence, he hurriedly ran back to his mother, his eyes wide with amazement. "Mommy," he exclaimed, "I saw ladies with melons a lot bigger than yours." The mother, quick-witted and good-humored, playfully replied, "Well, my dear, the bigger they are, the dumber they are." Giggling, she watched her son scamper back to the water, content with his newfound beach buddies. A little while later, with the sun shining brightly overhead, the son returned to his mother, his curiosity piqued once more. "Mommy, you won't believe what I just saw," he declared breathlessly. "I saw men with dingers a lot bigger than Daddy's." Amused but unfazed, the mother quipped back, "Yes, my dear. The bigger they are, the dumber they are too." Once again, the young boy's innocent laughter echoed along the shoreline as he resumed his playful adventures. But this amusing tale was far from over. A few more minutes passed, and the son rushed back to his mother, his face now a mix of puzzlement and awe. "Mommy, I couldn't believe my eyes," he exclaimed. "I saw Daddy talking to the dumbest lady I ever saw, and the more he talked, the dumber and dumber he got." So a therapist has a theory that couples who make love once a day are the happiest. So he decides to test this theory. He convenes all the couples he can find at a special seminar. He then starts by asking the many people in the audience, "How many people here make love once a day?" Half the people raise their hands, each of them grinning widely. "Once a week." A third of the audience members raise their hands, their grins a bit less vibrant. "How many of you make love once a month?" A few hands tepidly go up. No grins could be sighted. Then he asks, "Okay, how about once a year?" To his shock, one man in the back jumps up and down, jubilantly waving his hands and whistling. The therapist is shocked this man's reaction completely disproves his theory. "If you make love only once a year," he asks, "why are you so happy?" The man shouts, "Today's the day." So a Texan visits London. As the tour bus driver passes the London Eye, he explains how it was built for the new millennium in only a few months. "That's nothing," says the Texan. "Every year a carnival passes through my hometown with a Ferris wheel twice as tall that gets put up in a day. When they pass the Shard, the tour bus driver explains how it's the biggest building in the whole city, built over only a few years." "That's nothing," says the Texan. "In my hometown we have a skyscraper twice that size built in half the time." The tour bus driver is getting annoyed. Eventually, they pass Buckingham Palace with 100 guards marching outside and a golden stagecoach going through the gates. The Texan's jaw drops and he says, "Finally, color me impressed. That's a fine building. What is it?" The driver says, "Screw me if I know, it wasn't there yesterday." So a man stepped onto the overnight train and asked to speak to the conductor. Upon meeting him, the passenger told the conductor, "I need you to wake me up in Philadelphia. I'm a deep sleeper and can be kinda grouchy when I get up, but no matter what, I want you to help me make that stop. Here's $100 to make sure." The conductor agreed and they shook hands. The man fell asleep, and when he awoke he heard the announcement that the train was approaching New York. Furious, he collared the conductor. "I gave you $100 to make sure I got off in Philadelphia, you worthless fool." Wow, another passenger said to his traveling companion. "Is that guy angry?" "Yeah," his companion replied. "Still, not half as angry as that guy they forced off the train in Philadelphia." So the police detectives were having trouble determining whether or not their suspects were guilty. They just couldn't get them to confess. After hearing word of a telepath who is able to determine if any person brought before him committed a crime, they decide to consult him. They bring the first suspect in, and instantly the man says this person has committed murder. He murdered a pizza man delivering to his house. Speechless, the police start to think this man is the real deal. He has to be telling the truth, they say to each other. We haven't told him anything about the case. They bring another suspect in, and instantly the man says this man is innocent and has committed no crimes. He was framed of burglary by his next-door neighbor, Bill Summers. The cops are dumbfounded. How does he know? We haven't told him anything about the case. The cops are a bit skeptical and decide to make a little test. They bring in a beautiful woman they know to have not committed a felony. An officer enters the room with her, and instantly the man says, this woman has committed theft. The officer, knowing this is a lie, tell the man, we knew it. We brought her in to truly test your abilities, and clearly you're a fraud. They dismiss the woman. I would catch up to her if I were you, says the man. And why is that? Asks the officer. Because she stole your wallet.